When I tell you I'm a wizard, I mean I'm a wizard. I pull up, I get to this little community. For a little context, I work for on behalf of these insurance companies. They send me out, take some pictures for their houses, for their insurance companies' policies. I mean, for the homeowners' insurance policies, whatever. I pull up to this little community, and I'm like, For some reason, I feel like this house is empty. It'll be a little quick one. Come here, 5 minutes, if that, 2 minutes probably. I'm out. I'm on to the next one. And then I'm like, probably not. That'd be nice though, right? Bro, GPS leads me here. I turn the corner. Guess what I see? For sale. Lockbox on the door. It's empty. Bro, trust your intuition. I'm in bed, having a debate with myself. Going back and forth. I don't know what to do. And then, I remember this quote. Trust your intuition. And don't be afraid to pivot when you feel that time has come. This hit differently for me. I was figuring out what to do with my YouTube channel. For the past few weeks, I've been uploading videos every day, but it was kind of taking a stressor on me, not because I didn't know I was capable of doing it, but because I felt like I wasn't doing it properly. I felt like the way I was going about my YouTube, especially with these other things that I want to build, like my free school communities, I feel like it wasn't the right way. In The Way of the Superior Man, there is chapter 6. Never change your mind just to please a woman. Now, this doesn't have to just do with women, but I want to read this first passage because it's very powerful. If a woman suggests something that changes a man's perspective, then he should make a new decision based on his new perspective. But he should never betray his own deepest knowledge and intuition in order to please his woman or go along with her. Both she and he will be weakened by such an action. They will grow to resent each other. And the crust of accumulated inauthenticity will burden their love, as well as their capacity for free action. Now, I wasn't dealing with a woman, because I don't have a girlfriend. But I was dealing with kind of just myself. I was battling myself. But I was also unsure of how my friends might reply to my new decision, right? The new way I want to move. I had to take a step back and realize that you have to make this decision at your core, Jaden. You have to make this decision at your core. Because if you don't, you're never going to feel satisfied. You're never going to feel satisfied. When I went to church last week, my pastor had said something that hit for me. He was talking about the story of David and Goliath. About how when David said that he was going to go slay Goliath, I'm obviously paraphrasing here, he got met with a decision. Should he take the sword or should he stick with his rocks? Someone wanted David to use the sword. This is how we fight. Right? I mean, it makes sense. It's a sword. And Goliath was this huge dude. So why wouldn't you try to use the best weapon possible, right? David said, no. I'm going to use my rocks. My pastor said something that hit for me. David's discernment is what slayed Goliath. It was his courage to stand out amongst the rest, to choose what he felt was correct, regardless of the people around him, regardless of their opinions, their judgment, the way they live, the way they fight. Regardless of those things, David said, I trust in this. I trust in myself. And I'm going to use these rocks. And what happened? He slayed Goliath. For a long time, I've been second guessing myself. We're all a victim of this. Whether it was because our parents, or grandparents, or the school system, society in general, told us that, what you're thinking isn't right. You're a kid. What do you know? At that young age, we began to not trust in ourselves. And that stuck around with us. Because unless you do the work to trust yourself more, you're not going to. For me, I'd say I've always trusted myself a lot because I have a solid foundation of knowledge. I'm a nerd. But I've always felt my intuition is very core and true. And that's the case for us all. All of our intuition is very true. We all have deep knowledge, deep wisdom that we feel. We don't necessarily know why, but we know. And that is powerful. For the past, I'm 20 now. For the past 18 years, 15. I'd say I really started to show up once I got to school. For the past 15 years, I'd say I'd only been operating about 70 to 80% of my capacity when it comes to completely trusting in my intuition. There have been a lot of times where I second guess myself, where I doubt myself. And those split second hesitations, that's what fucks you up. Those split second hesitations, they cause you to lose everything. Now, lose everything is, that's a bit dramatic, right? But my point is, when you doubt yourself, even for the smallest amount of time, when you don't trust your intuition, it's gone, just like a breeze. The first instances of me learning this was in school. Now, since I'm a huge nerd, I've always been really good at learning. I think that's kind of just very inherent to me. I've always been a very good audio and visual learner. And so when I teach, when I get taught things and then I can immediately put them into action, whether that's doing classwork, whether that's helping out a teammate, I've always been able to just have things stick for me, right? Which made me a very good test taker. But there have been moments on tests where I feel like something is right, even if I'm not completely sure in myself based off logic. I feel pulled towards this answer. But then my logic brain goes, nah, circle another answer. And what happens? The intuition was right. And then I go back and be like, frick, man, I knew I was right the first time. I can't tell you how many times I did that over my education career, over my school career, rather. My education career is never ending. Lifelong student. I'm always educating myself. Books, content, podcasts, whatever. Never stop learning. That's what I push. But I've done that easily hundreds, maybe close in the thousands of times during my school career. I've caught myself where I'm not necessarily sure why this is the right answer because I don't have all the argument. I don't have all the data behind it maybe. But I do feel like it's correct. But I don't go with that answer. And I'm bitten for it. The second way that I got taught this was through video games. I was a gamer for 15 years. From age 4 to age 19. I fucking love games. And I still like to play games. I don't play them anymore. But video games are awesome. Unfortunately, video games take from me leveling up in real life. And I'm no longer willing to sacrifice that. When I was obsessed with Overwatch back in 2020, 2021, Overwatch really nailed this into me. Overwatch isn't the most fast-paced game ever, but it is an FPS at the end of the day. And it's an FPS plus a MOBA. right? So there's shooting people and there's strategy, there's tactics, there's team play. And the combination of those two things, one, I just love because I can use strategy, I can use nerd brain, and I can shoot people. That's lit. But the second thing was that there's so many micro decisions, there's so many things going on at one time, there's so much shit happening all the time that if you don't make that decision immediately, you're going to pay for it. Maybe I'm playing support. Support is the role where you heal your team and you use your utility to give your team the advantage. Maybe I'm playing support and I'm playing this character. Her name's Ana. She has this biotic grenade that can either heal a teammate or it can damage an enemy and put an effect called anti on them, which basically means they can't get healed. So it's a very powerful utility. I'm playing support and my intuition is telling me throw the nade, hit your tank, hit their other tank, right? It'll immediately swing swing the team fight. And yeah, I don't throw it, even if it's just for half a second. And then my tank gets anti-grenaded, and now I can't even heal him. And now our front line is getting destroyed, and we just lost the team fight because I decided to not trust my intuition. There are countless instances like that in Overwatch, in video games in general. There's so many times in life where if you're not trusting your intuition, you're playing yourself. The third thing that taught me this was driving. Right now, I'm gonna say this right now. I love to scoot, go fast. You know what I'm saying? I love to zoom and shit. Especially when I'm like on the highway. I ain't gonna lie. I love to cut up. You know what I'm saying? If you're a zoomer, let me know. Thing is, when you're driving and you like to cut up, you like to go fast, you like to swerve through lanes, making quick decisions. Most of that isn't really based off like logic. When I'm driving, I'm damn near straight off of intuition. I analyze what's around me. I use my spatial awareness. My intuition is telling me where to go and how to fast to do it. Is this a right move? Can I make this lane switch? Am I gonna get away with this? All these small questions. It's almost too hard for your brain to answer these in real time. But your intuition can answer them in real time, no problem. No problem. There are many times where I see an opportunity for me to hop in front of somebody. I'm real. I love to get in front of people. I feel like everybody is racing me. Speed racer type shit. Can I make this lane switch? Should I hold back? Should I go for this? Should I not? Should I speed up now and try to get in front of this guy? Whenever I get the answers from those questions, which are usually right away, because I'm not actually answering them, my intuition is, and I don't give into them right away, the opportunity is always gone. Just like that. Just like that, it's gone. Because you're in cars, you're moving fast, especially on the highway. If you don't take the opportunity while you have it, it'll be gone in an instant. And that is a hard truth of life. Not just taking tests, not just in video games, not just while you're driving. That comes up in all aspects of life. You want to go approach a girl? Go up to her and talk to her. Because if you don't, your brain's gonna start. At least if you're like me, you have anxiety talking to girls. Your brain's gonna start saying all this bullshit. Oh, I don't know. Can I get her? What if her friends will say I'm a weirdo or some bullshit? Whatever bullshit that your brain's telling yourself. I can't think of all the brain shit my brain's told me because it's a lot, too much. Whatever bullshit your brain has told yourself, if you don't go up when you feel it in your intuition, you feel, oh man, I just want to go talk to this girl. She's stunning. Or maybe she has some nice clothes on. You really like her outfit. Maybe you just saw her coming out of a cafe that you thought was dope. Whatever. Whatever that pull is, you got to act on it. Because if you don't act on it, then your mind's going to catch up. And your mind doesn't want you to do that. Because it's wired for you to survive, not to thrive. Right? Your mind doesn't want you to get embarrassed. Your ego doesn't want you to get embarrassed. No, 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 no. Fear. I'm scared. I get it. I get it. I've let that stop me countless times. But you can't let it hold you back from your deepest truth. Because the more and more you do that, the more tallies your fear and your ego has over your core and your truth, the more you start to completely believe it. The more you start to believe, yeah, you're right. I can't do this. The less you start to believe in yourself and in that intuition. That is a curse. That is a road you do not want to walk. Because the less you believe in your intuition, the less you believe in yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself, who's going to believe in you? No one. I want to leave you with this one final thought, this one final mindset approach to understanding your intuition. Your thoughts and your emotions, they're very loud, they're very rampant. Most of the time, your mind is very chaotic. I get it. I get it. These thoughts, these emotions, they're very loud voices. But your intuition, it's but a whisper. It's very easy to lose your intuition and your thoughts and your emotions. If you don't hear it when it comes, and if you don't say, ooh, that's good, let's act on that immediately, the noise is going to catch up. And when the noise catches up, the opportunity is already gone. Trust your intuition. Because if you don't, no one will. It all starts with you. My name is Jaden. You can call me Jay. You can call me JC. You can call me Dubs. My mission is to push this message. Push this message of better understanding your mind, your mental health, of educating people about science. I'm a nerd. About just overall self-improvement, understanding your life a bit better, understanding the world a bit better. I'm just trying to help people as I try to learn myself. You know, I don't have all the answers. I definitely won't act like I do. But I feel very passionately about helping people and about sharing the lessons I've learned along my journey. If you felt that anything resonated with you during this video, I'd appreciate a like, comment, let me know what. Drop a sub and join the movement. We're about getting dubs around here. You feel me? I'm creating a free school community called Dubs Chasers. It'll be dropping on Saturday, February 3rd. So be ready for that. A free community of like-minded young men can go in there who can connect, who can join up, meet new friends. The self-improvement journey, this shit gets lonely. When you feel like you're the only one who wants to focus on improving yourself, you feel like you're the only one who cares about educating yourself, it's hard. I felt like that for a long time. Now, I pay $100 a month to be in Adonis school for that. But I wanted to create my own platform where people could be there for free. Stay blessed. Keep hustling. Big dubs.